here we are, another day. It's part 2 of hashtag How Do You Do Art, where Cheryl at the Whole Bucket has invited us to to collaborate with her. And in the description box below, I will link her. But there are some official collaborators. But remember, you're invited to join us. Now, this is in a playlist that I will link below. And this last video, our part 1, I kind of explained a little bit more. I invited you and I told you how to find the kit we're working with, Mixed Media Blooms by Darcy Sanders. And this is going to be a couple of videos. I don't know how many, but again, this is part 2. Part 1 does not say part 1 in the description box, but it'll be below, so you'll figure that out. So today is the day that Darcy is having her surgery. And so we do want to take a minute and think about her today. Be praying for her surgery. Be praying for her outcome and the resting and healing part afterwards, because I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard to rest. That's at least for me. But in this, I have some exciting news, and I wasn't going to tell you today, but I just now decided, let's just do it. Did you not win the Femrember giveaway that I did? Well, I'm going to do another giveaway. Why? Because I noticed that all of a sudden, I'm over 2K followers. So I want to do another thank you. So I haven't figured out the exact details yet, but I think that this How Do You Do Art journal that we're working on, I think I'm going to give the whole thing away. Again, stay tuned for more details. It might be next week. Not next week. The next video, part 3, that I'll give the giveaway details. So, enough of that. The new thing for the new year. This is a study by Sherry Wagner, and it is a study on the names of God, knowing your name. It is by, look at this, a new thing study. So, these are available on Amazon, and all you'd have to do is type in Knowing Your Name by Sherry Wagner, and they're very inexpensive, but she has a podcast that is once every 2 weeks that goes along with it, kind of takes you a little bit deeper into the names of God, and her women's ministry is called New Thing, so you can go to her website and sign up to get emails and all the updates, because this year she's actually got a new study, and I believe it is going through Proverbs. So we'll have to purchase that book if we want to go through Proverbs with her. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to newthing.org and sign up, because then you will know all the things going on. But check this out. All of these names of God. And there's more. She just did a little bit. So I thought we would pull our Bible verse today out of the first page. It's actually page 11. But what it is you get a Bible verse. Like, for instance, Galatians 4:6. That'll be today's. And it has to do with the name of God, Abba, Father. And what you do is you go look this verse up in whatever Bible you've got, and write it down. But my suggestion is then go to Blue Letter Bible. I can't talk. Go to blueletterbible.com. And it's a place where you can type this in, and then you can, on the right-hand side, you can choose King James Version, New King James, NIV, CSB, CB, whatever it is. Choose the different versions and try reading this verse in at least 3 versions and see which one resonates with you, jumps out at you more. Like, for instance, the King James Version is going to have a lot of what I would call old school verbiage, wording. Maybe for you it's a little harder to understand, but maybe if you go to NIV, you'll get it and it'll click. So today's says, and because you are sons or daughters, God has sent forth the Spirit of his Son, that's Jesus, into your hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. So that's our verse of the day. Now, if you go and you look this up and you happen to find it, say this in just a little bit something different because you're looking at a different version than I did, write it in the comments and let us know what version you went for. So anyway, I think we'll start for this series, at least pulling our Bible verse out of here. And again, I just chose the first one, but you know, we could go to the next, Mark 14:36, Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. And that was Jesus speaking. So I'm going to set this aside, but we'll come back and talk about this a little bit more later. So today, what I wanted to do, I remember I told you grab your papers that you wanted to use to make the journal. And I just went ahead and I folded the ones that I chose in half. And again, I think we're just doing a one signature journal. And so I did choose some jelly plate prints and just cut them down a little. And then I have all of Darcy's pages. Now remember those pages that I tried, you know, using some paint on the backside to match, and I didn't like them. Well, I love that you all suggested to just roll with it, but I'm gonna do half that and half not. What I did was I took what I thought was the ugliest, and let me zoom out, and I actually, look, see the sewing? I sewed them together, so you can't see that backside anymore. So literally all I did was I took one sheet, turned it upside down, and I put just a little bit of stick glue in the middle. I laid the other one down, and I just sewed around the edges. Oh, you guys, because they were really bad. I left some of them. So I do have, how many pages are we going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pages. And actually, if you times that by 4, because you're going to have, when it's in the signature, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 in one sheet. You know, like a book, you've got page 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 15 times 4. You do the math. That's how many pages that I'm going to do. So we'll set these aside. But now I needed to think of a cover. So here's what I ended up doing. I'm going to grab this, just a cereal box liner. I'm at my desk where I sit, and I do have this new, well, it was clean, piece of desk protector here. So I want to try and keep it clean for a while. So we'll put this sheet down. But I wanted to make the cover first. And because my plan is to not trim off these silly white edges, thank you, computer or laptop or printer, one of the, I don't know which one. I just can't get it to print all the way to the edge. What I needed to do was make sure that these would fit inside. So I grabbed a paper bag and I got something in my eye, sorry. I cut it open. And here's my paper bag now. And what I did was I laid this down and then I cut around it a little bit, leaving a little bit on the edges, these two edges. I left a lot on the sides just because I wasn't sure once we put the pages in how much more room we were going to need, if that makes any sense. But what I thought we would do to do the cover is just take book pages and make a masterboard real quick. So I've got these 2 glue sticks to try. Tombow Mono glue stick and Scotch Permanent glue stick, and it's small. I don't know. So I thought we'd use those. And then I just grabbed some, let's see, I've got 2 French and 2 German book pages here. And all we're going to do, let me pull my sleeves up a little. We're going to just take this glue stick and, you know, I don't want anything to stick to that. Let's go ahead and use this gutted book, and we'll get glue on some of it first here. I don't want to do the whole thing because I'm afraid the glue will dry quickly. So maybe we'll just do half, making sure we go right up to the edges. Okay, I think we've got it. And then I'm just going to take this book page, and I think we'll just go upside down. And, oh, hey, look, that's a great fit. So we've got that one. And then I don't want the next one to stick, so turn the page. And let's just grab this other glue stick here. And we'll, which side? I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just get some glue on this. Oh, this one is much squishier. Oh, all right. So I don't really know how well I like this glue stick because, wow, a lot of glue comes out on this. What is your favorite glue stick? I really like big glue sticks that are gigantic. I don't know. Okay, stick down there, baby. You know, let's go over here. Now, after we glue these book pages down, I do want to take some of Darcy's paper and put some pieces. I'll show you. Hang on. Boy, this glue stick is, well, interesting, we'll say. Goodness. Now, I did pull some fabric as well, and I cut it the size of the brown paper bag here, because I thought, well, I may want to use some fabric on the other side. Who knows? We'll see. Because we got to have an inside and an outside cover, right? There we go. And then one more page. And I think, whoa, we're going to go ahead and put the lid on that sticky guy. And just use this one. It's bigger. It covers more surface. I don't know why, but I like it. Basically, on Black Friday, I looked online on Amazon to see, okay, is there any glue stick deals? Let's do this one this way. There we go. Now, you're going to want to set this aside and let it dry because it is really sticky and wet. But what I did was I did one off camera. It is dry. And here it is. So then, you know, you fold it in half and that could be our front cover. Or we could fold it in half and it's the inside cover. I'm not really sure yet. But then I took one of Darcy's pages and I started cutting up the pieces with, I found these scissors at Goodwill, cheapo, like 10 cents. I started cutting the digitals into small pieces. I guess you could call them little squares. And what I thought we could do, let's just grab my little pile that I have sitting next to me. What I thought we could do is take some glue. Well, that means I'm going to need my glue book back. And then just take one of these little guys here. Oh, hello, stay. And get glue on them and randomly stick them down. Just bringing in a little bit of each of the colors, because if you noticed, this seems to have some purples and pinks and creams and gold, and you know, there just seems to be a real good variety of color in now. And the other thing is, Darcy is amazing. I would never have thought to put all these colors down together on a gel plate. Now I'm just randomly placing these. I'm not thinking about, you know, where they're going at all. Oh, goodness. Now, you could make a gigantic master board and use it for other things, but my thought was I just want big enough for making the journal cover. I will have scrap leftovers, and my thought is, I bet I should include them. Oh, there's a fun blue one. I should include them in a little baggie for whoever gets this journal so that they can actually do more decorating. What is your thought on that silliness? Now, these pages, these papers here, I actually am using the one that is on the cheap printer paper, the thinner stuff. So it's not thick, you know, like, it's not the matte photo paper, the high quality. That's what I'm trying to say. So it is the thinner stuff. Let's see. I was trying not to think about this too much. Right? Now, the one thing I'm noticing is that because these, I think I cut up the journal cards. If you notice, there's no pink in that. But I have an idea. Let me get these on here. We're almost done. But I have an idea for the pink, to add some of that to it. And ooh, we should add gold too, huh? Because there is a lot of gold in this. My glue book page is getting really sticky. All right, one more. Where should it go? Here. There we go. We have more pieces, but that's okay. We're just going to set them aside. There we go. Turn this so I don't use that again and end up getting stuck. Now, I could actually come in with some of the scraps that I ended up with from the gel plate prints, because they do kind of match. Should we do that? Why not? We'll just do a few. Hold on. And yeah, we're gonna have to. I got a hair. Does anybody else's hair get everywhere? We'll just do a few. All right, and then these can be set aside. Okay, we need that glue book page again. Luckily, I turned the page so that all this doesn't get stuck. Now, these are double-sided, so I'm going to have to decide. There's that hair. What What is happening? Get out of here. All right, maybe we need some coffee. I'm still using my Defemorember cup. I love it. All right. Does anybody else collect coffee cups? I mean, I don't go overboard collecting them. I have a set space, and if I get another cup, I have to get rid of a cup. Do you know what I'm saying? So that I can't be a hoarder of cups. I mean, I'm probably pretty close to being a hoarder of cups, but there we go. Now we need a few on the other side, because one's going to be the front and one's going to be the back. My book page is getting sticky already. Last one. Where should it go? There, there, there. Okay, it's going right there. Now we can put the sticky book page away. Oh, you know what I could have down instead of this? Well, and that. I haven't used this in a while, but let's see, which is upright. There we go. Here it is. We'll put that down first. It is a master board that my friend, Scrappy 8 friend Brenda made me to protect your desk. And it gets grungier and grungier the more things you use on it. So we'll just put that down because I don't want glue on it. Okay, so there's this side. We're going to let that glue here dry just for a minute. What I did, I'll show you. I went ahead and looked through my fabric. Look at what I found, you guys. Isn't that cool? It is by Free Spirit. If you want to know exactly what it is so you can get it, go ahead and email me. Or actually, you know what? You could just comment below. Yeah, do that. Comment below. I will put my email address in the description box too. But comment below if you want to know what this is so you can grab some and I'll let you know. But what I did was I took and I just laid this down and I cut the fabric to be just a tiny bit bigger than this piece of paper so that I've got this ready to go if we want to use it. And I'm just setting it aside over here and setting that aside for a minute because remember I had told you that I would show you if you don't have a gel plate and you don't want just a white background on the back side of a page, that I would show you what to do, as well as I'd show you what to do with the edges here. Well, okay, let me show you. First, we have to find pages that I have nothing on the inside. There's one. Is there any more? There's one. That has something. That does. Let's see. There's one. There's one. Okay, so these all have something on the other side. So let's just take, well, let's start with the purple. And it's got some greens. So maybe, maybe around the edges we should do a light green. What do I have here? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna move that for just a minute. I've got Rustic Wilderness. I don't really know how dark that is. And I have Mowed Lawn. That's two different greens. You know, who cares? Let's just try it. And I don't even know which green dauber goes to what. I wish there was a way to label each dauber. All right, let's try Rustic Wilderness. And all we're going to do is come along the edges. So we'll do rustic wilderness here, and then mowed lawn over here on these two edges. And you just, you know, we could have used any color, but see, it just kind of brightens up the page a little bit. So then we do need to go to the back side and just do that real quick. And if you don't have any inks that match the page, then you could use brown, black. But this makes it so we don't have to take the time to sit and actually trim off each and every page. Because I do have a good trimmer. The problem is, and you know, you push down. The problem is, for some reason, sometimes that stupid thing will actually go wonky. Now, what I mean is, it'll cut, you put it in straight and it ends up cutting. Maybe I need to sharpen my blade. It also could be that I just have a cheap cutter. It is that. All right, now I have something to show you for the inside. This is just one option. So Darcy creates stencils for PM Artist Studio. One of them that I love is Magnolia Shadows. It's an 8x10 stencil. There might be another size, but see, it's made by Darcy Sanders. And dun, 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 I use it with acrylic paint on my gel plate, but I want to show you something here. If we, and yes, both sides. If we put this down over this page and we choose a color, any color. Let's see what's on this side. The purples, the greens. So let's grab, oh, I've got 3 purples. I have Villainous Potion, Wilted Violet, and Shaded Lilac. Let's do Wilted Violet and Shaded Lilac. And we'll grab this purple dauber. No. I don't want to. Well, you know what? Okay, let's try a dauber. But I also want to try one of these brushes that are actually for makeup. The problem is, I only have a couple. So we're going to be cross-pollinating. However, before we do that, let's grab just a random, it's a leftover piece from that brown bag, and rub this here. Maybe that'll get the, yeah, I don't think there was anything left. Okay, so let's start with Shaded Lilac, and we're just going to rub like that, hold our stencil down, and rub. Get some more ink here, and I'm just going to go over here and here. I'm not going to do the, what do you call it, the whole thing in this. Only some, because I want to come in with that other purple as well. So we've got some of the Shaded Lilac. Now let's say you don't have any of these. Let's try a dauber. We'll just get some ink on there and gently come and rub. And I say gently because I don't want that stencil to pull up away from the page. It's getting hard to see where I have put ink and where I have not. Oh, I think this is a white spot over here. Who knows, it might look cool when the colors blend together. Let's try that. I know there's color here. So let's blend them together. All right, and we'll put our purples away. I'm working with a limited amount of desk space, so I have to put things away. And then we're gonna pull this off and see what we have. Isn't that cool? Eek! Now, if we wanted to go, oh, by the way, did I say that? I'll link this down below, or I'll put a link to PM Artist Studio. That's what I'll do. So you can check out all their stencils by Darcy. What we could do if we don't, if this is a little too perfect, grab some water. Maybe we could gently spray and see what that does. It is oxide, so it's not really doing much. And now we have a wet page. Well, since we already have a wet page, I have an idea. Let's take some gold. It doesn't, this is what I have, but you could use gold acrylic paint, watercolor paint, anything. I'm just using what I happen to have. And then I've got a jar of water here. Not a lot of water, but what I'm gonna do is get that wet and come in here with a paintbrush. I figure our page is wet already. Oh, look at Dawn makes sound effects. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some gold on there. Check this out. And of course, it needs to dry, but I think I'm gonna sprinkle gold on the other side as well when this does dry. So, do we have a place to dry it? Let's see. Can I reach? Yes. All right. Now on this page here, we have another blank page. What could we do? Well, this one, is that the regular paper? Hold on, let's use this one. This one is the actual thicker paper. Oh, put your lid on, Dawn. And then let's just wipe some gold on here and put it in our water. So on this one here, the edges, so I'm thinking let's try using Rusty Hinge, and I need a dauber. No, instead of a dauber, let's try this. Get some Rusty Hinge on here, and we'll just rub the edges. Ooh, fun. Yeah, and that's gonna get a little bit of Rusty Hinge on my Scrappy 8 desk protector. So one of the things that I am thinking about doing this year, probably in February, actually, Cheryl at the Whole Bucket and Darcy had this idea of finish it February. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of projects that I haven't finished. And I thought, it might be a good time to work on some of those projects. And one of the things that I do need to do is catch up on my Asylum journal. So B. Laster Works on YouTube is Brenda, who made this for me. And we've got I guess it's an open collaboration. We made a Asylum journal for the creatively insane or the insanely creative. And every once in a while, we do something in it. Well, I'm one video behind. Brenda did something, and I'm supposed to then kind of mimic her idea and go with it. And that was in 2024, you guys, I don't know, 4 months ago. Yeah. So there's that. So I'd like to go back and finish some things. Should I do them on camera? Do you want to see or no? Let me know. Now, we're at 34 minutes. I want to be almost done here. But with a white page, if you don't have any stencils, but you do have, say you've got some distress oxides. What colors? All right. I've got aged mahogany is fairly close. And that rusty hinge is fairly close. And we'll do one more. How about a blue? Let's just grab the first one I see. Salty Ocean. So let's do this. Let's turn this over. Oh, another wet one. We're going to spray this with water. And then grab our cereal box liner. And here's what we'll do. I know I could use some sprays, but I don't have them here with me. Some oxide sprays, so we're just doing it this way. And we're going to grab some of this and splatter. Now, because we put water on it first, the ink is moving, the oxide. I don't know if you see that or not, but they're not perfect splatters. Oh yeah, see, you can see it moving here because of the water. And it kind of gives it a fun effect. Now, how much should we use? I don't know. I actually have way too much over here. But I'm going to turn it. Let's go with aged mahogany next. And then get that wet. Rinse off the paintbrush. And do some more splatters. And this is just a fun way to decorate a blank page. Okay, now I do want to, I want to get the blue's gonna, oh, I don't care. I do want to get what's left of that aged mahogany over here on the side. Yeah. There we go. And then, boy, then we need a rusty hinge. And we'll get that wet. A little wetter. I'm getting flickage everywhere, you guys. That's okay. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what's left over. I'm going to upside down, press down. Now, if you don't like messy hands, you need to wear gloves. I'm just warning you. There we go. Now we do have another wet page that needs to dry. And, yep, we need more gold splatters. I think this is going to be a gold splatter journal. And then wipe off that gold onto my page. Yes. Okay, now, oh boy. This one needs to dry. Oof, it's hard to reach that. And then let's go back to our journal cover because remember I wanted to add some pink. Well, I was kind of debating something. This is kind of icky wet. Not icky, but you know, so I'm going to turn it inside out and fold it this way. And here's what I want to do. I'm going to show you. I used my Sizzix and I cut out, oh gosh, let me just set those aside. Oh, I cut out some flower shapes here because we do have some flowers in this journal. Roses and dahlias and some are gold. But you notice I cut it out of scrapbook paper. Well, this is scrapbook paper that I don't really like. But look at the other side. It's plain. So here's what I thought we could do. Not this one. It's too big. But let's take a couple of these. We'll do... You know what? Let's do them all. I mean, we're here anyway, and it'll only take a minute. Okay. Oh, get that out of the way. I'm going to set this aside for a second. And I've got this piece of sheet music here next to me. I've got my brayer. And, oh, goodness. I have this, and I have some just crappy old folk art, very light pink paint, acrylic paint. And what I want to do, there's not a lot left even. And, oh, you know what? I should have just put it right there because now my brayer, it's not going to get... Oh, it got some. Shoot. Okay. Dawn, what are you doing? Well, let's do this. Let's just use this brush we were flicking with and get some paint over here. I didn't think this through. Can you tell? And I'm going to need to put that back in the water to rinse off. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to just roll this pink paint onto our brayer, and then we're going to color these pink. Oh! Ah! Ah! I thought it would work better. But it's sticking to itself. Now, I suppose if you don't have acrylic paint, but you have distress inks, you could use that as well. And just paint them with that. Okay, get some paint off the brayer here. Yet another piece of paper to dry. Oh. And then, let's come in here, and I think I need my art glitter glue, which is behind me. Let me get that. Oof. Okay. What I want to do is, I know they're not dry, but I want to take these and glue them on. Oh, gosh. And I figure I'm just going to do this one with you here because we need to be done. I know nobody likes a really long video. And we're just randomly going to glue them down. Now, if you wait for the paint to dry, it would be better because then your finger isn't going to pull up some of that paint that is on it. And I'm going to rip off some of that stem. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually let these dry, but I want to take them off because I don't want them to dry to the plastic. And I'm going to let them dry here on my mat. Oh, there we go. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and glue them when they're dry. I'll randomly glue them to this paper here that we're going to use as our journal cover. So, okay, I will be back tomorrow and we'll finish up our journal cover, and really quickly we'll put in our journal page, signature page, and we'll go from there. So I shall see you tomorrow, and don't forget, I'm going to give more details on a giveaway again. Yay! Bye, guys.